Hi everyone, my name is Robert, and welcome back to Daily English Insights, your space to build real English confidence step by step. Today, let's talk about something every English learner has felt at least once. That terrible moment when your brain knows the words, but your mouth refuses to move. Yes, the moment you freeze when you need to speak English at work. Picture this. You're sitting in a team meeting. Your boss just said, "So what do you think?" Everyone turns to look at you. Your heart starts beating faster. You know the answer in your language. You even remember the English words. But your tongue doesn't move. You open your mouth and nothing. Silence. Then maybe you mumble, yes, it's good. You smile. But inside, you feel small. Later you think, why couldn't I just speak normally? I've been there too. And here's the truth. It's not about your grammar, your accent, or your vocabulary. It's about confidence. You don't freeze because your English is bad. You freeze because your mind and mouth are not working together. Yet. Think of two versions of yourself. The first one is nervous, quiet, and always thinking, I hope they don't ask me to speak. The second one, confident, smiling, ready to share ideas. Which one do you want to be? The difference isn't talent. It's training your confidence like a muscle. When you learned English, you learned words and grammar. But no one taught you rhythm, emotion, or the feel of English. That's why your speech sounds slow or robotic sometimes. You might say, I think it's important, while native speakers say it like music. I think it's important. Hear the rhythm? That's the secret. It's not speed, it's flow. So why do you freeze? Because your brain is doing too much at once. It's translating, checking grammar, and worrying if people understand you. That's like trying to type an email while running a marathon. It's too much pressure. Your brain says, stop, and your mouth freezes. Let's simplify it. When native speakers talk, their brain doesn't think about every word. They speak automatically. But for learners, English lives in a different part of the brain. The thinking zone, not the speaking zone. You need to move it from thinking to feeling, and that's where shadowing comes in. Shadowing isn't just repeating sounds. It's training your brain to speak without fear. It's the bridge between knowing English and living in English. When you shadow, you copy not only the words but also the emotion, tone, and speed. You start to sound natural and feel natural. Let me show you a quick example. Imagine hearing, "Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the meeting." Now repeat immediately. "Good morning, everyone. Thanks for joining the meeting." At first it feels like chasing a train, but soon your brain catches the rhythm, and you stop overthinking. You're not translating, you're communicating. Many learners tell me, Robert, native speakers are too fast. But here's the truth. They're not fast. They're practiced. They've repeated those phrases thousands of times, and you can do the same. Shadowing gives you that practice in a powerful, focused way. Think of it like this. When you shadow, you're not learning about English. You're becoming English. You're building the automatic reactions that confident speakers have. Instead of freezing, your mouth moves before fear arrives. And there's something magical that happens. When you sound confident, people respond differently. They listen more carefully. They smile more. You start feeling accepted, not as a learner, but as a communicator. That feeling changes everything. So next time you freeze, don't blame your grammar. Tell yourself, I just need more connection between my brain and my mouth. Because the moment you practice shadowing, you're rewiring that connection. You're building your English reflex. Remember, confidence is not a gift. It's a skill. And like any skill, it grows with repetition. The first time you shadow, it's awkward. The second time, it's better. The third time, suddenly, you feel the rhythm. That's your confidence muscle waking up. And here's the contrast that matters most. Wrong way. Study. Memorize. Stay silent. Right way. Speak. Repeat. Shadow aloud. Fluency is not built in your notebook. It's built in your voice. So, if you've ever felt stuck or silent in an English meeting, know this: you're not broken. You just need the right training. And in the next section, we'll start that training together. You'll learn how to shadow step by step, using real workplace English, the kind you can use tomorrow. Let's move from fear to confidence, from silence to flow. Get ready. Your shadowing journey starts now. Now that you understand why you freeze when speaking English at work, let's learn how to break that freeze, step by step, with a system that actually builds real fluency. This is where transformation begins. Because confidence doesn't grow by wishing. It grows by speaking, again and again, the right way. Let's talk about shadowing. Shadowing means you listen to English and immediately repeat what you hear. At the same time, almost like an echo. No stopping, no translating, no pausing to think about grammar. You just shadow the sound. For example, if you hear, "Good morning, everyone," you say right after it, "Good morning, everyone." That's it. Simple, but powerful. You might think, that's too easy. But here's the secret. It's not about the words. It's about rhythm and flow. When you shadow, your brain stops analyzing and starts reacting. It's like training your tongue to dance with English. You move from "I study English" to "I live English." Now let me show you my simple, three-step shadowing system for A1 to B1 learners. Short, easy, and effective. Step 1. Listen. Build your rhythm. Start with short clips. Maybe 30 seconds from a podcast, YouTube video, or even my lessons. Don't try to understand every word. Just listen for rhythm. Hear how the speaker rises and falls, where they pause, how they connect words. Say to yourself, "I'm listening for music, not meaning." Native English sounds like a song, sometimes fast, sometimes slow, with emotion inside. When you listen carefully, you'll start to feel the beat. And that beat is what we copy when we shadow. Step 2. Shadow. Repeat instantly. Now, play that same clip again. And this time, speak with it. Don't wait. Don't pause. Just follow the sound. If the speaker says, "Thanks for joining the meeting," you jump in right away. "Thanks for joining the meeting." At first, you'll feel like you're chasing the sound. That's normal. You're training your reaction time. It's just like exercise. The more you shadow, the faster your brain becomes at matching English sounds. You'll start noticing how your voice begins to flow naturally. And here's a tip. Copy not only the sound, but the emotion. If the voice sounds happy, smile. If it sounds serious, lower your tone. This emotion practice helps you sound more natural. Because English isn't only about words, it's about feeling. Step 3. Review. Listen to yourself. After you shadow, record your voice. Listen back. But don't ask, "Is my grammar perfect?" Ask, "Do I sound alive? Do I sound confident?" Compare your tone, rhythm, and emotion with the original speaker. Notice small things. The way they stress certain words, how they connect ideas smoothly. This is real progress. When you focus on emotion, not perfection, you start enjoying the process. You stop worrying about mistakes, and your English becomes more automatic. Now let's move into your workplace phrase banks. These are short, practical expressions you can shadow every day. Each one helps you sound professional and natural in different office situations. Meetings. Let's get started. Could you share your thoughts? I completely agree with that point. That's an interesting idea. Emails and calls. I'll get back to you shortly. Let me double-check that. I just wanted to follow up on our last conversation. Please let me know if that works for you. Teamwork and feedback. That's a great point. I really appreciate your help. Let's figure this out together. You did a great job on that report. Here's how to shadow these. Say each phrase 3 times. Once slowly, once at a natural speed, and once with emotion. Example. Let's get started. Slow. Let's get started. Normal. Let's get started. Emotional and energetic. See? You're not only practicing pronunciation, you're practicing confidence energy. When you repeat with emotion, you create what I call muscle memory for courage. You train your mouth, your body, and your heart to speak with confidence, not just with accuracy. Now let's go even further. Practical shadowing scenarios. These are short, everyday dialogues that help you imagine real office life. Scenario 1. Daily check-in you. Good morning, everyone. Repeat. Colleague. Morning. How was your weekend? Shadow. You. Pretty good. I went hiking. How about you? Shadow plus. Friendly tone. Notice the rhythm? Short, smooth, connected. That's natural communication. Not textbook English. Scenario 2. Team meeting manager. Okay, let's begin. Could you update us on the project? Shadow. You. Sure, we completed the first phase, and we're moving on to testing. Shadow manager. Excellent work. Keep me posted. Shadow. You. Will do. Thanks. Shadow with confidence. The goal isn't perfect grammar. It's flow. When your rhythm feels right, your brain relaxes. And when your brain relaxes, words come easily. Scenario 3. Client. Call client. Hi, can you hear me clearly? You. Yes, loud and clear. Thanks for joining. Client. I just wanted to discuss the new schedule. You. Of course. Let's go through it together. Simple, polite, natural. You can record yourself acting both sides. That's powerful shadowing. Let's add a confidence challenge. Stand up while shadowing. Look in the mirror. Smile. Use your hands when speaking. Feel the energy. It might sound silly, but your body affects your confidence. When you stand tall and smile, your voice sounds stronger. Your confidence becomes physical. This is how you practice for real-life meetings. Not just in your head, but in your body. You can also shadow while walking or during your commute. Turn shadowing into a daily habit, like brushing your teeth. Just 5 minutes a day can change how you sound forever. Now let's talk about the psychology behind all this. Shadowing works because it builds emotional muscle memory. Every time you shadow, your brain learns, this is how English feels. You stop fearing mistakes because your mouth already knows what to do. Think of it like driving. At first you think about every movement. Turn signal, mirror, brake. But later it's automatic. You just drive. Shadowing does the same thing for English speaking. It moves you from thinking to flowing. And here's another truth. Fluency grows from sound, not perfection. Many learners wait until they know more grammar. But confidence doesn't wait for grammar. It grows when you sound fluent, even before you feel fluent. That's why shadowing is so powerful. It teaches your ears, your voice, and your emotions to move together. So next time you feel unsure, remember this phrase. Sound first, accuracy later. Because when you sound confident, people understand you better, even if your grammar isn't perfect. Now let's put everything together. Listen, feel the rhythm. Shadow. Copy instantly. Copy emotion. Review. Focus on connection, not correction. Repeat. Short, daily, real English. If you follow these steps, something beautiful happens. One day, in a real meeting, you'll speak, and it will feel easy. Your colleagues will listen. You'll realize, I'm not freezing anymore. You've just moved from silence to confidence, from a learner to a communicator. And remember, you don't need to be perfect to sound professional. You need to be present. When you speak with rhythm and emotion, people don't hear mistakes. They hear you. So keep shadowing. Every phrase you repeat builds your speaking muscle. Every sentence adds power to your voice. Every mistake teaches you rhythm. You're not just learning English. You're becoming someone who speaks English confidently. Now that you can sound confident, it's time to make sure you feel confident. In the next part, we'll talk about how to turn your new fluency into real self-belief. So you don't just speak English, you own it. Let's move forward, from shadowing practice to personal power. Imagine this moment. You're standing in front of your colleagues. The projector light shines on the screen. Your heart beats fast, but this time, you're ready. You take a breath, look around the room and say, "Good morning, everyone. Let's get started." Your voice is steady, clear, alive. The words flow. People nod. They're listening. And when you finish, your manager smiles and says, "Great presentation." You sit down, realizing something amazing. You just spoke English with confidence. This is not luck. This is the result of your practice. Every time you shadowed, repeated, and believed in your voice, you built this moment. You didn't wait to feel confident. You trained confidence into your voice. And that's the truth most learners never hear. Confidence doesn't come after fluency. It builds fluency. When you act confident first, even if you still make mistakes, your brain starts to trust you. You begin to speak more freely, listen more deeply, and express more naturally. Confidence isn't the reward. It's the foundation. So let's keep building that foundation with a simple habit. The Daily 5-Minute Challenge. Here's how it works. Minute listen. Choose a short audio clip or video. It could be my lesson, a short podcast, or even a movie line. Just listen for rhythm and tone. Minutes shadow. Repeat instantly. Match the speed, energy, and emotion. Feel the flow. Minute emotion. Now, speak the same lines with feeling. Smile. Use your hands. Feel the confidence in your body. Minute record. Record your voice and listen back. Celebrate progress, even if it's small. 5 minutes a day. That's all. But if you do it every day, you'll see transformation. Track your days. Mark a calendar. Watch your confidence grow like a muscle. Each tick on that calendar is proof. You're becoming a confident English speaker. And here's something I want you to remember when you doubt yourself. You're not learning English. You're becoming someone who speaks it. That's a huge difference. Learning is about rules. Becoming is about identity. Every time you open your mouth and shadow a line, you're telling your brain, "This is who I am now." And yes, you might still have an accent. That's okay. Your accent tells your story, not your mistakes. It shows where you come from, how far you've come, and how brave you are to speak another language. Don't hide it. Own it. English is not about sounding perfect. It's about connecting. When you speak with warmth and emotion, people listen. When you speak with belief, people remember. Your confidence becomes your message. So, from today, don't just study English, live it. Shadow your favorite phrases every morning. Speak out loud even when no one's listening. Smile while you practice, because every shadow you repeat is a step toward your confident self. You started this journey frozen in fear. Now you're moving with rhythm, with courage, with heart. That's real progress. And as we close, remember this line. Confidence isn't what you feel before speaking. It's what you build while speaking. You're already building it. One phrase, one shadow, one moment at a time. If this lesson inspired you, join our next shadowing challenge here on Daily English Insights. Let's keep growing your voice together, one confident day at a time, because you don't just speak English now, you own it.